Hi, everyone. Today I'm going to take you into Pinterest and show you one way to find out things that you should be pinning about that maybe you're not pinning about because you don't realize that that audience is looking for whatever you're pinning. But Pinterest has the best analytics, I swear to God. So let's go over to Pinterest. I'm going to show you how to use Pinterest analytics to find out this information. We're in my cake account. What I'm really interested in is what kind of content are people actually clicking on to go to my site. So what I'm going to do is go down here and filter this for outbound clicks. It's usually set to engagement, I think. Just so make sure this is showing outbound clicks. And you might want to go up and filter it just to send to your website. But I want to see the kind of content that people are actually clicking on to go to my site. And if you're looking at your own products, you want to see what kind of products are people, what pins are, if you sell jewelry, are they clicking on necklaces? Are they clicking on bracelets? Are they clicking on rings? You want to get real specific with yourself because you want to see exactly what is taking people from Pinterest to your site and then do more of that. That's basically all it is. However, you also have to take into account, is there enough of this type of content on my site that maybe I should put more on there because then I'll have more traffic to go off. So this sourdough starter it's a relatively recent article. It's like within the last couple of months, I think. This says March, this pin was created March 3rd. So this is probably a new one. And it's already the top outbound click. So maybe the bread articles are going to do well over time. I generally on this website, I have articles about cake decorating and recipes, and some are bread recipes, which I've put a lot on in the past month, and some are cake recipes. And so it's generally that. There's also, I have articles about food coloring, and there's a lot of clicks that go out to the food coloring articles, which to me is kind of strange. But if it's getting me traffic, then okay, maybe I should do some more food coloring articles. So just go through here. Here's a bread. That's kind of a quick bread. There's another food coloring one. This is about a cake decorating thing. I'm seeing a lot of food coloring. It is very weird. Food coloring articles and just kind of basic cake decorating articles. But there's a lot of tutorial stuff for cake decorating with gum paste and fondant and that kind of thing. I'm seeing a good mix. There's a cookie recipe. I have a lot of cookie recipes on here, but I'm not seeing that there's a lot of clicks for those. So looking at this, here's the sourdough starter one again. But I'm seeing a lot of kind of basic, very basic cake decorating stuff. And the bread articles that I've been posting are not, it's really in the last month. So I'm going to have to wait and give that a couple more months to see if they start getting clicks. But in general, what I'm seeing here is very basic cake decorating stuff. So that tells me maybe I should be doing more basic cake decorating articles if that's getting me traffic. And the way that I'm going to look into this a little bit deeper, though, and if you are in my Pinterest class, I'm going to put this video in the class and then go into a little more detail. So just watch this and then go into the class and see the follow-up. Let's look at our audience insights. Okay, so when you come to audience insights, so first I have the knowledge that people are clicking on very basic cake decorating stuff, and that's taking them out to my website. You can also do this for saves. What are people saving? Because Pinterest loves it when people save things. So you want to post more of that. But I'm going to go look at my total audience. I know all of this stuff. This basically tells you like 94% of my audience is interested in food and drinks. That makes complete sense. 95% is interested in events, which is makes sense because I post a lot about birthdays and weddings. So, all of this stuff, parenting is not something that I post specifically about, but I have a lot of posts about kids' birthdays. So people who are interested in parenting and who are also interested in planning events might be the ones who are planning kids' birthday parties. And this doesn't mean that 60% of your pins are about parenting, but it's your audience. So 60% of your audience has an interest in parenting as well as these other things. So you want to, like, obviously I don't post about women's fashion. So don't look at these and say, but I don't post about women's fashion. This is talking about your audience, not your pins. So just take a look at this real quick. But what I'm interested in mostly is the age distribution. And this is something that Pinterest is increasing their traffic in this age demographic right here. The younger users are flocking to Pinterest right now. It's a huge increase in, I'm not sure if it's Gen Z. I don't know the generations, but it's the younger users are the majority of the growth on Pinterest right now. So this says, well, I'm doing okay in the 25 to 35, but I'm kind of low in the 18 to 24. I can see, so like I said, kids' birthdays. Okay, that's this group, right? That's this group. Here's the younger people. And then this might be people who are the mothers of the brides planning weddings, or they're planning their own weddings themselves if they're getting married. But this kind of indicates to me that maybe my demographic is younger than I thought, because I thought it was going to be more up here. So go in and look at the age that is actually your audience. And I believe that this is my total audience. You can change this to your engaged audience. So these are the people that are interacting with your account. So let's see if there's any difference there. It's still pretty much the same. Like there's fewer here, there's more in this group. So this tells me that I should be paying more attention to what this group is doing, and maybe this group, but this group is something that is the majority of my audience and my engaged audience. So I need to kind of go and look to see what they're looking at. All right. And then I'm going to go down here to see what devices they're using. So this says the vast majority of people are using their cell phones. Does that matter? Yeah, it kind of does, because you can kind of design pins with that device in mind. And also understand that sometimes when people are on their phones, they're not going to click out to like YouTube or something. It depends on what they're doing. But if they're on Pinterest on their phones, they're probably using the app. Go look at the app. Go look to see what the Pinterest app looks like. Because if all you do is look at the site on the website, you're going to miss out on what these people, who are the majority of your audience, is actually seeing. And it's important to know what they're seeing when you're designing your pins and deciding what kind of content you're going to be posting and that kind of stuff. So now I know that the age distribution of my audience is this group. I know that people in general are clicking out to my website to get kind of basic cake decorating tips. All right, so now I'm going to go over to Pinterest Trends, because Pinterest Trends has a ton of information. It is so overlooked as far as things go. If you don't have this information, it just means that your account is not big enough to gather that kind of information. But this is telling me right here that right at this moment, right at this moment, my audience is looking for this. My audience is looking for this. And again, this is my audience. They're looking for cake piping techniques. I could do a whole bunch of videos, not videos, like articles. I could do videos, but I could do a whole bunch of articles about basic cake piping techniques that would fit with the basic cake decorating ideas. It would fit with my audience growing. And I think that that's a really good idea. And I actually had an article planned for this week that fits right in here. So when I come and make the pins for it, I'm going to use the keyword cake piping techniques in there, and that will reach my engaged audience. This is, well, this is all interest. You can also, let's see, you can filter this. And again, if you don't have this on your Pinterest analytics, or is this in Pinterest trends? If you don't have this, it just means that Pinterest doesn't have enough data. Keep working on your account. The more traffic you get, the more likely it is that this will show up. But this is a wealth of information. And I already have a whole bunch of articles about wedding cakes. Let me see if there's anything down here about wedding cakes, creative birthday cakes, lemon curd. I have an article about lemon curd. I have a recipe about that. I could go and make more pins for that old article and pin them and make sure that my audience has a chance of seeing that, sourdough pancakes. I'm not going to do that, but I just wrote an article about chocolate cake. So you can go here and get ideas. All right. But what I'm going to go down here is to go down here. I'm going to look for I'm going to look for annual trends. I like yearly trends because it gives you a better picture of what people are actually looking at. And I'm going to filter by age. Okay. I'm going to filter by age, and I'm going to look at this group that was my total audience. This is going to tell me what that age group is looking at on Pinterest right now. I'm also going to put in, let's see, I'm going to do food and drinks, because that was something that my audience was interested in. And I'm going to put in cake, because I want to see what my audience is looking at for cakes. Birthday cake. So this is, you can kind of get a little look at the graph here. If you click on this, it's going to open up another tab that has more information about it as far as the trends go. But like I can see, what is this carrot cake recipe? If let's say that I was going to make a carrot cake recipe, oh, because it's Easter, right? And everybody has carrot cake at Easter. I'm sitting here like, why is there this huge spike? It's because it's Easter. Well, Easter is coming up in about a month as I'm recording this, and on Pinterest, that might be a little late. So I might want to do the carrot cake recipe eventually, but not prioritize it because if I do it now, it's going to be a little late to get picked up by Easter. But it might not hurt to do it and post it because it's a really good recipe and people might want to get that. But you can go down here and see what kind of trends there are, just like what's growing. Heart cake. Why is that growing? Let's take a look at this because I would think that this would be trending in February. So maybe it's picking up February of next year. Yeah. Okay, so this graph is for the whole year because I did top yearly trends. It's picking up February of next year. So heart cake is kind of stable all year and then it goes way up in February. So if I'm going to do an article about a heart-shaped cake, I don't really need to do that until maybe the fall, maybe it's late summer because that'll give it time to get picked up. So just go down here, look to see what kind of things kind of jump out at you. But that's the way to filter the 25 to 35, 35 to 44. That's the group that is my highest engaged. And if I want to see what I'm missing out on this younger group, let me see if 18 to 24-year-olds, because my traffic was not, like my audience was not so big with that. But let me look to see what this is. Okay, 21st birthday cake. That's not something that a 25-year-old would be searching for, probably. So that's something that I might be able to pick up some traffic in that demographic if I look at this and plan some things. But this is something, 18th birthday cake. I mean, this is something that you guys can do if you go and look at your products and filter, use these filters. These filters are incredibly powerful to find topics for your blog, if you have a blog, to find product ideas. If you can see that people are searching for specific products or specific colors or specific stones, and you can put the keywords in here. If I want to say, I'm going to get rid of this interest here, I'm just going to click that off. Let me see if I have fashion because it said that my audience was interested in women's fashion. Let's look at women's fashion and we're going to look at jewelry. Okay. And sometimes you won't get anything on that side of the results. Jewelry. Let's see. If I sold jewelry, I'd be looking at this. These are pretty general, right? And this is the age range. So I'm not going to say that 18 to 24-year-olds. Let's say that we've got this group here, which is my general, like the most of them. This is what my audience would be looking for if I'm selling jewelry. I can get, what is this dream jewelry? I don't know. I would look it up. Just click on that. It'll open up stuff. Permanent jewelry. Ooh, no. Yeah, but they're interested in that. Beaded jewelry. This is all stuff that you should be aware of that your audience is interested in. Cute jewelry. That's a very general term. Let's look at that. And then it also gives you these kinds of things. Girly jewelry. Which one is better? They're both pretty much the same, except this looks like girly jewelry had a big burst of activity for some reason. Pretty jewelry is a better keyword for the most part until you get up to the holiday shopping season, which is really weird. But it could be that pretty jewelry is something that people who are planning weddings are looking for as a keyword, as opposed to cute jewelry or girly jewelry. So those are the kinds of nuances that you need to go in and really pay attention to because the wedding season is not here. This is December, November and December. Wedding season is here during the year. And weddings really slow down during the winter. And it could be different in Australia where it's summer in these months. But this is set to the US, I believe. You can set this to different countries if you want to look at that. This is a really, really powerful way to find keywords to use. If you don't have any turquoise jewelry, this says that this demographic is looking for that. If it's coming up in this chart, then there is search volume for it. You just have to go in and look at it a little bit deeper. So I hope that that was helpful as far as like figuring out how to use Pinterest trends. If you are in my Pinterest class, go on over there and see part 2 of this because there is a part 2. And if you're just watching this now, you can get my Pinterest class the link is in the description, but give this video a thumbs up if you thought it was helpful, and I will talk to you later.